party started.
Blue is currently doing their
Hello,
announcement.
everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Starlight Expeditions Pokerole Pokemon, our new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon tabletop campaign. This is Chapter 1, Episode 1, Awakening. Aurum, as the redemption says, do not use those to interrupt our tabletop games. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oops. I'm on the phone. I'm sorry.
I don't care. Don't do it. Anyways, hello there, everybody. Welcome. As I said, this is our first session of the actual main campaign of the tabletop game. We'll go ahead and turn it over now to Rygon.
Yes. Hello. My name is Rygon, and I will be the storyteller for this game. What a storyteller is essentially I will not be playing as one of the player characters. I will instead be helping to construct the world and guiding events for our players here. The game itself is going to be taking place in a mystery dungeon world. However, it will be a world unlike those known in the games. It will include no humans. It will include elements of minor sci-fi and a bit of magic, and such things as Johto, Unova, and the rest, well, those just simply don't exist in this world. I am joined here by various players who I am, happy to have. We have Aurum, Razim, Blue Draconics, Linden, and Zoroark. As we are creating our characters, I will have them each introduce who their character is and maybe give an interesting little detail about themselves. And then we will start the game. Just note that we will not be interacting with any of our chats. We do have various streamers here. That includes me and myself. So if you try to interact with us and we don't respond, it's not that we're trying to ignore you, it's that we are paying attention to the game. So just please keep that in mind. Blue, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready as much as I can be. As Raikana said, and for those who are just joining my streams, because I just got the announcements out, I will not be interacting with chat, but I welcome all in to those who are watching on Twitch and on YouTube. I am hosting things on my end, co-streaming with Rygon, who is the DM, and Razim, who is the main host, because he's the one who coordinated this. Things from my chat.
Put
Since
it
I
all
have not
together,
updated,
got all the art, got everything put together, yeah.
Yeah. Just for my chat. Be careful with redeems right now, because I'm not gonna be paying attention to them. Except those that, self-care. So sound alerts and pie and me shutting up for the entire stream will not be happening.
And the same goes here. There will be one redeem, however, that will be respected. Well, two. One of them is the ethereal influence. I believe another one is cards, although they will not be introduced in this session. And I don't believe the ethereal influence will be either. But one that will is a donation goal. If the donation goal is met over on Razim's stream, something interesting will happen in the game. It is $100, so feel free to work your way up to that as a community or all in one go. It will proc when the time is right.
So, as far as ethereal influence, we allow minor and moderate influence over here on my channel. Eventually, yes, we will have Streamloots cards. By the way, again, I am Brazim. And eventually the Streamloots cards will come, but not tonight. For the record, we do already have a reroll available for the community reroll. We do not allow major or game breaking for the first roughly month of a new game, but the minor and moderate are allowed. And yes, the donation goal is on the screen. You guys can use !tip to go and put towards it. And just for the record, Rygon does get a share of that, so, you know.
I'm
Yes.
just still heartbroken Rygon called it Jehoto.
Yeah. What do I look like? Somebody who enjoys Pokemon?
I thought so until you said that.
So what we are going to be doing first is we are going to be doing character creation. The characters themselves, at least within my player's mind, should be more or less solidified. This is just simply setting up the mechanical portion, and then we will start the campaign accordingly. So let's go ahead and get started. Everyone, go ahead and please put your character's name in their proper position, and we will move on from there.
Name. Oh, that's so tiny.
Now, what is this? A name for ants?
Yes.
It's a name for Durants.
Hmm.
Hoggle tail. Nope. Do not push that. I will leave it tiny.
Please, please leave it. Everything tiny. Everything is
Aurum,
set as is.
please. I have told you not to mess around with stuff.
Bye.
Aurum,
All I
it is
did was try to
extremely easy to break all of this. Do not mess around.
I wasn't messing around. I just tried to make the text bigger. It made the whole
That
thing
is messing
bigger, so I
around
made
with it.
smaller.
Can we get 2 rewinds, please? My player sheet was not locked in, and it flipped up.
That was not me.
There you go.
I can confirm that was not him. I'm sorry. Okay, let me lock this sheet of mine.
So to the audience out there, we do expect that there's going to be a bit of stumbling for these first few sessions. I do ask that you are patient with us as we try to go through. I assure you this isn't going to be the norm.
Every new campaign takes some adjustment and learning time. But eventually we'll get the hang of it and it'll be going much smoother.
Mm-hmm. And that goes for everybody, including myself. So I fully expect this first session's going to have a few little road bumps.
Okay.
My name's in. Working on a couple more promotions. It's fine. I had a lot to work on. So that's why stream's not ready yet. Completely.
Yep. When everyone
more
has their
like nothing.
names put in, let me know and we'll move on to the next step.
I have a name.
Okay?
Name's in.
Amazon.
Yes, I've got my name in.
Okay. Then the next step that I would like everyone to do is to put in your character's Pokedex number, their species, and if you like, you can choose a nature for yourself. If you don't know what the nature is, go to page 40 in your Pokerole book.
Where do I
Interesting.
put those?
Yeah,
There
there
is
isn't
no space
actually
for
a
it.
space for it.
Yeah, there is no
Yeah.
space for it. We're
If
just
there is
gonna
no
put them
space,
in.
then just ignore it. But I do see, at least on the sheets, there is a nature and ability. So go ahead and just put in your nature, and we'll get to ability after everyone has their nature in.
Corwin or Wolf Mage will go through that later.
Where would nature be?
Say again?
Where would I find my nature?
It will be on page 40 in the Pokerole book. And I just simply ask to just choose one that you feel best suits your character, not necessarily because these are elements that are going to be game breaking, that are going to totally determine your character, but just something that you can set as a reminder for yourself if you're ever making a decision later on down the road. Like, oh, my character's brash. Maybe they will go with this decision instead of that. Was everyone able to find the pages? Okay.
I found it, but you didn't tell us that we needed to do this before, so I got to go through and figure out what that would be.
Well, that's part of character creation.
It's something we should all have had in mind. It's just, it wasn't probably official for many of us.
I've had it
Yeah.
in mind.
I think I have one. And I
Wonderful.
think it fits.
I've
say-
always had mine in mind.
Now that's
I think I know what
confident.
yours is.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you?
That's not the one I thought you were gonna pick.
What
Fair
did
enough.
you think I was gonna pick?
Well, from our past conversation, sassy.
Ouch!
No.
I may be sassy, but my character is not that sassy.
I think... Let me go through them all. Just to double check. Where's my phone? Also,
For me, I was
reminder
a
to everyone.
struggle.
Reminder to everyone, please make sure to, drink and hydrate, eat food, too.
I was just a struggle between either quirky or naive.
I think both are excellent.
Maybe? No.
I keep typing with the wrong keyboard.
No. Party is, a nice simple one for most characters of mine. I don't think it fits.
Alright, I got mine.
Wunderbar.
My nature. Why my brain could not think of the word.
Oh,
Are
I
you
can't
finding
between...
yours okay, Zora?
hmm.
Zora, are
having-
you there?
Yeah, I'm looking over the nature.
Okay.
While everybody's working on that, Rygon.
Yes.
Right click on one of the circles like on mine, and do you have the custom and then top image and replace URL?
I believe so. Do you have something you'd like replaced?
I don't have that, but I did make icons for everyone. I'll send them to you via Steam.
All right.
I'll just send you the links and you can, fortunately, you'll have to go through and add it to each person's sheet, but
I certainly don't mind that. Just hopefully they actually stick.
I did upload them to my personal site. I made all these icons for everybody, so they're permanent links.
No.
You can right click on the previews and copy image. Okay,
Okay, good. It worked.
Who rewound?
Oh.
It wasn't a rewind.
Okay, I know what you did.
Oh. I'm
so
an
what-
EV now.
So what you did
Okay.
is you made it so it updated the same thing for everyone, which happened to be the same property object that everyone else has. So you want to say no when it comes to that.
Yeah, I realize. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Lyndon, you are the... I was going to forget.
Milk
The
Reese.
Milcery?
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
Oh.
Okay, I got that. I think that I've just got one more to go. There we go.
Preferably see if you can clear those that are not being used.
Sure.
Where's my water? There.
Apparently the one for Orem decided to delete itself for some reason.
I didn't do it.
We'll just take the one from over here.
I will not blame Arm for this.
No, neither do I. For some reason it chose to delete it after I pressed the OK.
A strange force is at work here.
There you go.
Oh, he's so cute.
I think every one of us is cute.
All right, everyone got your natures?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I got the one that fits me.
But I think I'm an
Alrighty.
overachiever.
The next step, it says, is for Pokemon ability. However, we're going to be introducing a nifty little feature here. Your Pokemon will have access to all of its abilities, but you're only allowed to choose one of them per adventure, in a sense. So we'll be getting to those once it comes time for you all to choose your moves. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, mine only gets one ability. It won't let me have the sturdy ability.
And that's the one you get.
I don't get a choice.
So it says here, base health points for your Pokemon are specified in its Pokédex entry. Each point of vitality adds 1 HP. Everyone should have 3 HP since you all are playing 3 HP characters.
Yes, I have 3.
Okay. Your starting score for your will is 3, from what it's saying here.
Correct. That is 100% correct.
Okay. Don't forget to put in your HPs in.
I'm not gonna do that until the end. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'll let you do your thing.
Okay. Your initiative is going to be equal to your dexterity, survival, and alert.
That means we have not inputted our attribute scores.
Correct.
Something we should go do now. Where is...
It says here, starting attributes and limits are specified in your Pokemon's Pokedex entry. So if everyone has their Pokedex, they can, or you can take a look in there for your starting attributes.
How do I just take the first page?
Oh, say again?
How do I just take the top page off this thing?
You cannot.
Oh, okay. I'll just carry the whole thing over.
Or you can... Okay.
There's also a Pokedex book that you can get from the same place you got the Pokerole book. You can look through that as well.
Oh, mine's just 2 and everything.
Holy crap, Rockruff starts off weak.
They get such a nice form later.
I don't know if Tyrant is strong or weak. I have 2 and everything.
That is
It's
absolutely
middling.
strong for a starter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with me. I have 2 in everything.
I am
have-
the strong.
I have 2 in strength and dexterity and 1 in the rest.
Yeah, I have 2 in insight and special and 1 in the rest.
Oh, I'm the royal heir. That's why I'm so strong.
I will point out it's not the worst. Actually, I think Joltik has the worst. Let me go double check.
Oh, and I have my number is 696. I'm double the nice.
I am wrong. Joltik is as strong as us.
I hope so.
Oh,
If anything
Vanisla's
is in just
amazing.
one, it's just like,
Then again, we are Pokemon that, take a while to evolve, so...
We'll fall off pretty easy at the beginning and then be major players at the end.
Yeah, we won't be evolving for a while.
That's okay. I'll stay cute and adorable forever.
So you say yours to yourself.
But yay, I have. That was all my things.
okay.
I am not done yet. It's gonna take me a little bit.
So does this mean I'm normal and everything?
It's just probably your average.
I'm average! Yeah!
It also means you
HP
could build your
is-
character in a few different areas.
So the HP starts at 3, and then you add Vitality.
Yep.
Yes.
Every point of vitality gives you another HP.
All right, so I would be 4 out of 4 then.
Oh,
I will be 5.
I do want to point out to everyone, we're using the 1.x version, 1.25.
I believe it
this
is
is for
1.3
everyone.
technically, but
See, that's why I said 1.x at first. So this is not 2.0. We've had our own discussion, and we all thought this would work better.
Yes. I assume you're probably talking to the audience.
Pokerole
Yes, they are-
2.0, it came out quite a while ago, many years ago, and they have still not updated the Mystery Dungeon module for 2.0, and there are a lot of differences between how Pokemon 1, they made a lot of changes between the 1.x and 2.0, so we decided to stick with the 1.3.
Right? Everyone's social attributes, from what it's saying here, starts at 1. Then you get to assign 1 additional point at your discretion to a single social attribute. So I believe that's like tough, cool, beauty, cute, and smart.
Yeah.
Although I could have sworn I read somewhere else where doesn't that stat match your other stat?
Yes, in this one, yes. However, this is just to add some flavor to your character.
Okay.
That way, they're not all the same at the start.
Yeah.
I will be Spot.
I
I am
mean, it sounds to
intelligent.
me, Rygon, like you are going through something in the book where it says, like, it's specific. Where are you looking in the book for walking us through this?
Page 22, the Pokemon sheet, how to fill a Pokemon character sheet.
If it's saying that they all start at 1 and then we get 1 point to assign, I think that's what we should go with instead of matching our base stats.
Well, I certainly have no issue with that, but I just could have sworn that we had matched, and I'm trying to
That's when
figure
we
out, okay,
upgrade.
where was
That's when we
that?
upgrade.
Okay.
When we upgrade what?
When you buy a point in, say, strength, let's say you have 1 point in strength and you buy your third point in, no, you buy a third point in strength and you already have 1 point in tough. You now have 3 points in strength and 2 points in tough.
Oh, so when your strength goes up, your tough goes up.
Correct. For free.
Okay.
Okay. So they all start at 1, but when we buy one of the other stats, the social one it's linked to goes up. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except for that one that we have the extra point for. Just so that way our
Yeah.
characters are... Let me get the point.
You get a point, and you get a point. Everybody gets a point.
Yay! I like hearing all the like click, tap, click, tap.
Is it gonna put you to sleep?
No,
Can put
in
me to
fact, it
sleep.
gives me nightmares. It makes me think of Othello.
Oh, okay, good. There's some variety. I was gonna be like, wait, what if everybody chose the exact same stat to upgrade? No, you all are
What did
good.
everyone pick?
No, you're all good. You're all good.
I see me and Zim are both intelligent.
Let's see here. What else are we supposed to do? Specialties. Da, da, da. I guess you can put in your Pokemon size and weight. So that should be in your Pokedex.
Yes, and typing as well.
And typing.
I'm an
Unless-
overachiever.
Unless you changed your size and had it approved by Rygon. I know there was
Yeah.
some flexibility on actual size.
Yeah.
I think I'm huge compared to the rest of y'all.
Well,
Yeah, you can change your size and weight a little bit, but it's just like a little bit.
say I am 8 inches tall. I am the small.
That
I
reminds-
am 0.8 meters tall.
Okay, that's 0.2 meters taller than me.
That's 2 foot 7 inch.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
My chair is only a foot tall.
I'd say that's pretty good. Probably one of the taller ones here.
I am tall boy.
Oh, are we going based on character creation on page 3 of the Pokerole, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon book? Or
We will be getting to that. I believe I'm using the base game since they're pretty much largely the same except for like a couple of elements.
Okay.
If I
Mostly
remember correct,
because the Pokerole one has a quick start page.
if I remember correctly, even character creation in PMD says, yeah, it says create a concept for a human character, answer the questions in core books page 22, use a Pokemon character sheet, choose a first stage Pokemon with base HP 3, copy the score attributes. Your soulful attributes at start at 1 point, you have an extra point to distribute. And they're pretty much the same thing, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I looked at it.
yeah.
But
I
I
just
guess
flick-
it's
Yeah. I only asked because I flicked over to the Mystery Dungeon core the book because I was looking ahead to see if I could figure out what the next step was because I think I know how this works now because I'm getting a vague memory of how things are done, but I was trying to make sure I wasn't wrong.
No worries. This is after all the first one.
I think we get many things wrong. Oh yeah, typings, weaknesses, and resistances.
Yep. If you finish up with your typing, you can find the weaknesses of your Pokemon type on page 44
Oh,
of the
thank you.
Pokerole book.
34.
Actually,
Okay.
technically it's 45, but close enough.
Yeah, you know how the authors were.
Yeah, they are.
Mm.
So, Rygon, I know we didn't go through it in more in a lot of detail yet, but am I starting off with the Rygonian form?
Rygonian form. I don't even remember that conversation, so I assume no.
Oh, it was where I would be an alternative, basically rock dark.
Oh, yeah, I have no issues with that. So long as you're not like a perfect Pokemon, then I'm absolutely fine with it.
Rock Darp would not be perfect. It gives him a 4 times weakness and only 1 immunity.
That works for me.
I think
And I
that's a
think
great grade.
it'll give him a higher defense and more defensive moves as well. But he loses out on attack power that a Rockruff would normally have.
Well, none of that's
Yeah.
going to change, because I build my character how you build your character how you want.
Yeah. I recall the conversation. I'm perfectly fine with it. When you're describing your character, just make sure that you describe them to, represent both sides.
Typing does not necessarily dark type does not necessarily mean you're evil.
I didn't
Or
say
mischievous
evil,
or anything.
but it could be something like, for example,
Brutal.
the rocks on your collar could have just a little bit of like a wisp of shade coming off of them, or maybe your shadow's a little bit darker, something like that.
Or you
Or
have
the-
glow-in-the-dark rings on your fur.
I mean,
Or
I've got the art already done.
Yeah.
I don't plan on changing the art.
How I see it is he has more dark colors on him, like more dark rocks than a normal Rockruff, I think.
Yeah.
Also, Zim, dark type is literally translated to evil type.
Doesn't matter. He is not evil.
I think, to me, and how another DM put it, dark types are brutal in their ways.
They don't fight fair.
Dark type was not the one I wanted, but I did want to go with a dual type.
It's the one I picked out.
Yes, I know.
Hey, it works out.
Yeah.
You went with it.
All right, everyone, go ahead and keep concentrating on your character sheet so we can get past this.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I considered asking about having a dual typing, but then I was like, nah, Fairy is a very good type by itself.
Furry's pretty overpowered.
Fairy by itself.
A dark fairy, you're just spoiled milk.
Oh god.
How about no?
No, that would be fairy poison.
Yes.
You have a point. A fairy steel. Interesting combination.
That's Klefki.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm done with my thing.
Yep,
I'm
me
ready
too.
to move on. Oh, abilities,
Alrighty.
right. I need to type abilities down.
Yes. Let's see here.
Or we can
None
pull
of you
out
have health
the
cards?
ability cards,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should do that too.
which we can get started. We can do that later, though. Because that's a bit of an involved process.
Def, special def. Oh, shoot. What was the house rule that we had for defense, special defense? Defense, I believe, was based off of one stat, and special defense was based off another.
Vitality, insight.
Vitality and insight. Okay. So your defense and your special defense will be based off of your vitality for defense and insight for special defense.
So 2 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Don't those go
Yep.
through, like, fight, survival, or contest? I thought.
What?
Your defense?
The defense.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
No, your chance of, like, say, being able to successfully do a clash and evasion does, but if you get hit, then that's what helps reduce your damage overall.
Yay, 1 defense. Woo.
Why not to get hit?
Yeah.
Did you also say to calculate our initiative score?
Yeah.
Right, that's not yet.
That's kind of what I thought. Everyone will be starting at level 1. Your starting experience will be 0. For experience, every session will reward each of you with exactly 2 experience. Completion of missions and adventures will, of course, award more. Because this is something that is going to be more long-term, it will never be very big, but I will be testing the XP exchange for the first couple sessions until I reach a place that I'm happy with. So you might receive more for one, you might receive less for another, but you will always at the very least earn a minimum of 1.
Fair enough. Did you also ask us to input our fight survival contest stats?
That's what I'm actually trying to look for here. It says here that all starters begin with them at 0.
Interesting. In the Mystery Dungeon book, it says you have 3 points to distribute amongst your skills. For example, 1 in fight, 0 in survival, 2 in contest.
There you go. Let's go ahead and do that.
Part of
What does
the issue
context?
is. Sorry. I was going to say, part of the issue is for those, you kind of need to know what your attacks are to know which you should put them in.
That is true.
Also, what does
Although that doesn't
contest do?
necessarily mean that you want to base it entirely off of your attacks. Because
Well,
there could be like, say, social situations where, say, contests might be used, which might not be relevant to any of your attacks. So really it's just based on how you want to build the character.
yeah.
And Aram, to answer your question, contest is social. How social are you? Is pretty
Mhm.
much. It meant to be for, like, Pokemon contests, but we don't have those.
Which is very sad.
There are a
I mean-
few there are a few moves that use contest, such as Helping Hand.
Or baby doll eyes.
Or tail whip.
Tail
Yeah.
Whip's a contest move?
A lot
I
of
think that
those
one was
types
a
of
deck.
moves are. I believe that Tail Whip is actually contest.
Okay.
I got a vitamin in front of me. It is contest.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
I'll just
So
go
according
smart
to
and put one
the
in each.
Mystery Dungeon book, for fights, survival, and contest, yeah, we get 3 points to spend there.
Alrighty.
However you want. You can put all 3 in, say, fight. You could do 1 in each, or 1 in 1, 2 in 1, and 0 in the last one.
Okay.
I don't think you can put any as 3 though.
Let's get abilities out of the way real quick.
Alright. You all get your starter abilities from your book.
Not
Alright, then.
moves,
From your
abilities.
Pokedex.
Blue,
Bulletproof
what
and
is
soundproof.
your...
Bulletproof and soundproof.
Oh, you mean those abilities.
Yes.
And,
Yeah,
while I'm working on these, Blue, why don't you go ahead and get out the, moves?
You're right. I can start working on base moves. Speaking of which, alright, we didn't put our little character thing on the boards, so...
We can worry about the models later.
No, not
That is
the models. The character sheets for reference that we use in the pre-campaign.
What character?
Yeah, that would be a
Oh.
good idea.
Uh,
It's like that little
Charum
Pokedex
made
entry.
those custom. So we need the Charum to make those for us.
Wait a second. Trash bag. Hang on. Oh, I meant search, not shuffle.
Blue, could you please focus on the moves?
I'm trying to.
Just
I wanna
ask
see if
people
I-
what they have.
Okay. Okay, so it is not in here. Damn it.
Orum, what are your abilities?
Only Strong Jaw.
Strong Jaw?
Yeah.
Alright.
Tackle with Leer. Tackle Leer.
There you go. Zoro, what are your abilities?
I already have both of them.
Okay. Lyndon, what are your abilities?
Aromatic mist and sweet mist. Or not aromatic mist. Oh crap! What is the other ability? Sweet
Right.
mist and aroma veil. Sweet veil and aroma veil. I got the names mixed up.
Also, if you have more than one ability, only have one on your sheet, but the other one on the table down below, behind your sheet. The one that you're not actually using at the moment.
Yep. You can swap between the two at the beginning of each next adventure, or when you have a period of long rest.
I'll be honest. I probably am only going to use aroma veil, but the other one might be useful in such situations.
Never know.
Alright, so it was a Roma Veil.
And sweet veil.
I feel like I'm back to being a substitute teacher.
What?
Having to like walk around the kids as they're completing their little tasks.
That
It's like,
sounds
no,
Done while everyone
Lyndon,
else
you
is
have
Oro,
to
you
write
are
your
not coming
name.
through at all.
I'm not. Hello?
There we are. I could hear
It does-
you in the other room, but you weren't actually coming through.
Well, I was saying this does feel like school because I'm already done while everyone else is still working.
That's because
How
it
are
was
you done?
almost-
I'm an overachiever.
No, like, did you grab that tackle move?
No.
Okay.
Then you're not done, because I'm grabbing them for you.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on other people.
He does have a small point. I'll give him that. However, you're not done yet.
Let's see, anything else here? Crawl channel, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Now enjoy being done. No. Eevee.
I think the Eevee has all their moves already.
Oh, true. You already do
Yeah.
have all your moves.
You keep looking all this stuff up, and yet I told you, just ask. We can tell you. Save you the effort of looking up each of us.
Yes.
Yes, but okay, fine. True. Zim, what are your 0 XP moves?
You actually already have them in front of you, so I'll just copy those.
Oh, okay. Lyndon, what are your 0 EXP moves?
Tackle and aromatic mist.
I will grab Aromatic Mist. What type is that?
It is fairy.
Thank you. Someone grab him Tackle.
He needs tackle.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, there's an extra copy of tackle over here for you. Over by our sheets.
I had zoomed out, but I didn't see where you pinged.
I didn't
Oh.
ping.
Oh, I thought I heard a ping, but.
So
I don't
are
actually
we
know how
able
to ping.
Salt.
Tab.
Are we
Yeah,
able
tab.
to use moves in ways that they're not meant to, like they do in the anime?
Yes, although it will obviously be a DM's discretion. So, like, if you want to use, say, a punch against a boulder to crack the boulder, and I believe your character's powerful enough, yes. If you try to use it to, like, say, softly pet a cat, probably not.
Can I use tail whip to smack a thing like a bat?
Guess we'll just find out. Depends on what you're smacking.
If it
Okay,
was an iron
something that
tail,
would actually cause damage? No. Like, using it in unique ways, I'm all for, but Tail Whip does not cause damage.
Well, I meant like I throw a rock in the air and I smack it with tail whip.
Do
That
you
would probably
even
be
have
something
a
I would
tail?
allow, so long as you're not trying to be accurate about it.
More for shotgun blast than accuracy.
Then if you're trying to get some damage out of it, probably not. Mostly because one, your character's not trained for that, and two, I don't want to actually have to figure out the damage for that.
I think it may take
Fair.
training. Or say something like an Iron Tail or some other tail damaging move.
Yeah.
Also,
If it was an
does
iron tail, then you could say I use this like a, to chuck a rock in the air and shotgun blast that. Then we would work off the damage of the iron tail as if it was just
okay.
you're using it regularly.
Okay. And then roar, is that going to work like it does in Mystery Dungeon, or is that just going to like scare the Pokemon away if we run into them?
Situationally specific again. If it's
Okay.
like, say, a lone Pokemon and you use roar, they'll probably run away. But that doesn't guarantee that, you're confronting Arceus and you use roar that he's going to run away.
Fair.
That's an amusing mental image, though.
Hello,
Hello, God. Rah! Ah!
Also, Raigon,
Yes.
it is Arcus.
Bless you.
Well, you'll say Jehodo, but you won't say Arcus. I guess there are limits to your.
Well, yeah,
Hey,
one
I
is
will say-
disrespecting a land, the other is disrespecting God himself.
Hey, I will say Arcus and Jahado as much as I want to, okay?
Technically,
No.
technically, the Great Sinnoh was also the name for Arceus, as well as the name for the land.
Okay, move. Hang on,
So-
hang on.
Does everyone have their sheet set up to the point that we have discussed?
What
Hey,
was the last
Arceus.
point, just to make sure?
Bringing abilities out, bringing moves out.
Yes, we have
I
done
got
that.
those.
Okay. So I'm looking through some of these books and I can't find the bit of information that says how we're able to put in the specialties like brawl and whatnot. Blue, do you recall?
So those are brought with EXP. I gave them
Okay.
to you guys last time because EXP and it was a one-shot.
That's kind of what I figured. Then what I will be allowing for the very first, just to help give your characters a little bit of flavor, they usually start at 0. I will allow you all to choose 1 point to put into something of your choice. Just to give your characters a little bit more personality and flavor.
Mhm. See.
Hmm.
Should I be an intimidating Millstream or an etiquetted?
You know what? Yeah. Yeah. I got it. Oh.
So we get one little marker to put into the whatever they call these.
Specialties, yeah.
Okay.
If it was 2, I would be fine with. No, it had to be 1. And I had to pick between 2 of them.
Hey, 1 by itself is being generous.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
God.
Hang in there, Zim. We've got a ways to go.
I would like to tackle Azareth.
Azareth?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and make a roll.
Okay. Dexterity, fight, and brawl. Got it.
I would like to clash that with my own tackle.
Okay.
I would like to helping hand the address.
All right. Before we get all too carried away, is there anything else that we need to?
I think I
Sorry, Azareth.
win.
Wow! Thanks, Tarum. Your cursive twos have returned for me.
So it looks
Uh,
like Rock beats Dragon. Got it.
All right. Is there anything else on these character sheets that we need to input? I believe initiative might be the only other thing.
Evasion initiative.
Evasion initiative. Yes. We're not dealing with logic and instinct, correct?
Logic and instinct, I believe, at least according to the book, starts at something.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is in the PMD book.
Yeah. Replace loyalty and happiness with attributes of logic and instinct. Both start at 1, and you have 1 extra point to distribute.
There you go. I knew they started at something more than what the main book said.
Sorry, what starts at what?
Logic and instinct start at 1, and you have 1 point to distribute.
Ah, yes.
Where did the day go? It's already 10:25. Holy shit.
Only 10:25? Oh, you're an hour behind me. So it's like, wow, that's only been 25 minutes?
Right?
12:25 for me.
Then again, we started at like an hour ago.
An hour
Yeah,
and a
more or
half,
less.
roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had to wait a little bit, and then preparation of the board took a little bit of time. Now the character sheets, I believe, we're roughly about 40 minutes in, which is what I expected for this portion.
53.
I thought I was going to be like special by being 2 logic, 1 instinct, and I expected everyone else to go 2 instinct, 1 logic. Nope. Nope. Everyone's the same as me.
Hey, wait. Hold up. I'm the only one who went instinct.
Yeah.
I mean, considering you lose all logic and that is character death, yeah.
Alrighty. So for your evasion is dexterity, fight, and evasion.
Raygon, how would you see logic and instinct in your system?
Logic and instinct will represent access to moves or not moves, but memories and potential. So while it won't necessarily imply a character death upon losing all of one attribute, it could put your character in a bit of a vulnerable position. You know, it's pretty hard to do anything if suddenly your mind becomes so clouded that you can't even really think straight. But I don't think I will have them as like straight up just character deaths, but they will still be disabling, so it's something you want to avoid. Okay, assuming everyone has that. And your initiative is dexterity, survival, and alert.
Okay.
Hey. Low initiative and low evasion. Here we go.
Wait a second.
Oh, here's hoping you got plenty of toughness to you.
Fail state. Wait a second. Instinct.
I chose a Pokemon with low vitality. So not much health either.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad we got our frontliner right here.
Hey,
Yes.
Dragon. I would like to point out something that I just realized right now.
Sure.
In page 4 of the Pokerole Mystery Dungeon book, it talks about having 2 instincts means I can use moves that cost 10 or less for free. I completely forgot that was a thing.
I
Reason
was
why I'm
debating on
talking to
making
you.
that a thing. I'm going to say ignore that for right now.
Fair enough.
Mostly because all of your characters are just barely waking up, they're groggy, etc., etc. Once you become more established, then I will allow that to be unlocked.
Fair enough. Story progression, then you unlock stuff.
Yes.
That's how everything goes.
Okay. If everyone has their numbers down, is there anything else on the page that we are missing? Let's see. Weaknesses, resistance. Did everyone get theirs on?
I did.
Yep.
I've got my weakness and resistances.
I
I think.
think Zim, you're just the only one that's missing.
I haven't yet. I know I want to go with the Rygonian thing, but or the Rygonian form idea, but I'm not sold on the dark type thing. So I was thinking about it a bit and getting with you later this next week to figure
That's
out
fine.
when or what exactly we'll go with and how we'll work it out.
Sure. Then for now, we'll consider you to be a normal Rockruff, just for the purpose of, like, if you take damage or something like that.
That's fine. And for that, I would hope everybody knows the weaknesses and resistances for rock.
Let's look at rock first. Hi, that's a lot of weaknesses.
I heard rock was weak to paper.
Heyo.
So, I don't know
All right.
the resistances for rock, but I know a few of the weaknesses.
They have 5 weaknesses.
Oh, they have 5.
They have the most, tied for the most.
Gee, money Christmas.
Grass tying them up in everything else as well. Like, rock and grass have the most weaknesses.
Makes
I'm
you
gonna
wonder
be
why.
honest,
And
that's
yet-
part of why I don't want to go pure rock.
And yet, a grass type Pokemon has the most resistances and least weaknesses in the game.
No, steel has the most resistances.
Yeah, a grass steel type has the most resistances and least weaknesses. It's only weak to 2 things.
God.
Ferrothorn is amazing.
Oh,
But, wait, Fairy only has 2 weaknesses, though, right? Poison and steel.
Yeah, fair is just busted in its own way. And that's because they're common. Fairy Psychic is common, and I hate it.
It is very common now.
Well,
Latios should be Dragon Fairy.
just a second. We are working off of a limited bit of time here. Is there anything else that we need to input on these character sheets?
Accuracy and damage.
Those are
Accuracy is
dependent
determined
on-
by your move.
Yeah.
And just
Ah.
damage. I don't know why they have you calculate that otherwise, because it doesn't even matter except for like the legit base stuff, which has those markers on them anyway. So then if we are good with the character sheets, I would like everyone to say your character's name, your species, and one interesting little fact about them. That, just something random. I don't want anything to do with background, family, history, or anything like that. Just something interesting like they like pie. We will go a counterclockwise around the table. So, Blue, you will go first.
Of course I'm going first.
Basically, we are going to be. This is where we're going to be introducing ourselves as well as our characters.
Yep.
Yes. I'm just trying to think of the one interesting thing about themselves. Actually, I don't know how to word it, but I'll just go my best. Um, I am Blue Draconics. Also go by Blue Draconics 3-1, but just Blue Draconics is easy. I will be playing Azurith, who is a slightly different colored jangmo-o, with a jolly nature. And he likes to enjoy life. You may see him smile a lot.
Very nice. Zim?
I, of course, am Raw Zim, or just go by Zim, and I am playing Jet the Rockruff. He is slightly different colored, less so than most others, but very slightly different color. If you compare the two side by side, you'll see the differences, but you know. Anyways, the interesting thing, blah, blah, blah. He likes to be prepared.
Okay.
He wants to make sure he has all the items he could possibly need when going out.
Arum?
I am Aurum, and I will be playing Argus, who is an adorable little tyrant. The same as any other tyrant, other than his eyes, which are green. And he really does have an eye for anything that's shiny, and he will go and probably try to collect it.
Very nice. Zorark?
I am Zoroark720. The character I'm playing in this game is named Sandra Verdi. She's a she's a shiny Eevee with a slightly different colored mane. And she like and she is very medically inclined.
Very lovely. And last but not least, Lyndon.
Hello, I am Demon God Linden. I am playing Jolene, the shiny mystery with pink eyes. The most interesting fact that I can think of about her is that she is one of the most friendly people that you could possibly meet. Not taking not taking issue with most people's jabs, but taking things as they come and generally trying to be friends with everybody.
Very lovely. And that makes our little squad here. Is everyone prepared for the
Go ahead
start
and introduce
of your
yourself
adventure?
again real quick.
Sure, I can do that. Hello, everyone. My name is Rygon. I am the storyteller for this game. I will be the one who will be constructing this world for our players to be exploring. And I definitely look forward to seeing how this campaign goes. This will hopefully be something on the bit of a longer term. So if things appear to be going a bit slower than usual, then that is on purpose. But I assure you there's going to be plenty of excitement and action to come. Plus, I get my little DM bag, and who knows what's in the DM bag.
Zorok,
some
you're
of
missing a
what's in there.
specialty.
Say again?
Zoro's missing a specialty.
Oh, it's supposed to have one specialty point, right?
I went through and checked everyone.
I have it on performance.
Oh, it's showing as a question mark. You might want to delete that and maybe grab
No,
from some...
as long as the person whose character sheet it is can see that it's a dot there, I think that's okay.
And I can see it's a dot, so that's all I require. is-
Okay.
The DM
Oh.
and the player, that's all that matters. It doesn't really matter that much if the rest of us can see it easily. Which we can still see it. We just have to, zoom in and really close, but it is noticeable.
So to kind of carry along, this world is going to
Uh,
be an original world. Go ahead. This
I
world is going to be
yeah,
an
go ahead.
original world. It is not going to be familiar in terms of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. It will not be familiar from the Pokemon games in general. So there will be no Team Rocket. There will be no Jahado. And there will probably be, some changes here and there in the structure, elements, and interactions. Zim, go ahead and say your piece, and then I will begin the introduction so we can start our adventure.
I just wanted to quickly mention, as I have put in my chat here, Blue Draconics, myself, and Rygon Plays are all streamers. The primary place to find information and updates and such on the Pokerole game here will be my channel. However, do check out the others that stream as well. And Lyndon is part of a podcast, a little YouTube podcast thing, where they interview characters from all sorts of different tabletop games. Lyndon and 2 others. And I have included a link to their YouTube channel, so do go check that out. I will actually be appearing on that in the near future with Nim from our Wednesday D&D game.
It should be. Well, I've found that our thing is our queue is a bit longer than I thought it was, so it should be a month to a month and a half.
Good.
That's still the near
No.
future, but
I just wanted to let people know.
So just do go share the love with our friends here that are also content creators. And if you guys ever need to bring up that list, just do !Starlight in the chat and it'll bring it up.
If I
Very
may
lovely.
interject, I am also recording this, putting it onto YouTube, but that's my own thing I can do with my own channel.
I'm not going to push everybody. I'm not going to push everybody's everything.
No. You don't need to push it. That's my own thing. But I just want to point it out to my own people. Sorry.
All right. Is everyone prepared and ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I got Dino DNA.
Dino DNA. So to start off, each of you can only see nothing. There is no light. There is no darkness. There's just simply nothing. You cannot see anything. You cannot feel anything. A part of you believes that you should even be feeling something as simple as a heartbeat in your chest. Some vague recollection of what such a thing is. But even that seems to escape you. You float there for a time. So long that you almost feel like this is eternity. Until finally, after what seems what could have been minutes, hours, days, or even years, you see a tiny sliver of something. It basks your entire vision with bright colors, with sound, with sensation. It's almost like as if a wave had suddenly washed over you, drowning you out while at the same time reminding you to breathe. And eagerly, each of you rush toward it. Soon the flashes become more solid. A blade of grass here, a cloud there, a familiar face there, an unfamiliar face here. Things begin to crystallize, clarify, and are constructed. You can feel your body, what had previously been nothing, coming to the foreground of your consciousness. The twitch of a whisker, the swish of a tail. And then, almost as quickly or as long as it all had started, you find yourself blinking blearily into a place strangely familiar and unfamiliar at the same time. You are all underneath a great tree in the middle of a clearing, fresh and as green as anything you had ever seen, warm sunlight drifting down upon you, and all along the edges you can see nothing but forest, and if you look closely, a single path. What do you all do?
Azurith slowly opens his eyes, blinking, gets up, stretches, and then realizes, what are these? And where am I? He looks around and see what else is nearby him in these unfamiliar lands.
I don't know who any of you are.
Did that all come through, or was I too quiet?
It
A
came
little.
through.
Same here, hun.
So we're all on a path.
Under a tree.
Yes.
Mhm. As if you all been kind of leaning against each other asleep.
Why were you leaning against me?
Yeah. As
Why
As
was
she-
I being slept on? I'm not a pillow. I'm Rocky.
as she comes to her senses, Jolene will say, "Oh my stars! What is going on?
I would like to.
Who? Pardon me. I just was gonna say, who are you? What are you?"
Jet kind of wakes up a little slower than everybody else, and jumps up with a start, trying to go on two legs before stumbling and falling over a couple of feet away, and just kind of looks around like, "What? Where am I? Who? What? Where?"
Well, it seems this is a wonderful group. A wonderful performance. I am Zurith. What about you guys? You all.
I have no clue how I got here. I'm Argus, and did you guys bring me here, or just slowly like backing around the tree?
Jolene is going to give a little a timid look and just say, "Oh, darling, I don't know how I got here either. I must say, it is a pleasure to meet y'all. I am Jolene."
Last I remember, I was sitting somewhere comfy reading a book, and now I'm under a tree.
As each of you are kind of waking up, rubbing that grogginess from your eyes and realizing that you are not alone, you find that as you're trying to think back, it's almost like there's a fog in your head. Little details maybe pouncing out at you every so often, maybe a smell that you remember, or a face, maybe even a name. But by and large, it is mostly obscured.
I just remember being somewhere dark, underground, I think. Very dusty. But right. I am Jet. Hello.
Nice to meet you, Jet. Also, wasn't that just sleeping? Positive it was just sleeping.
I'm pretty sure it was different from sleeping. Sleeping usually
Okay.
has some other things going with it, like dreams.
Does everyone get dreams?
I get dreams.
Yeah, I don't know about you, darling, but I sure get dreams.
I get dreams as well, and my name's Sandra. Nice to meet you.
Uh-huh. I see. Well, we have an interesting group all snuggled up to each other on a rock pillow.
I am not a pillow.
I gotta say, it's really weird that I can understand you all.
As you all are kind of talking in amongst yourselves, you can faintly pick up the sound of something in the distance.
As
One
Zerth
moment.
would.
Orem, what are you doing?
Is he playing with a coin?
I made a mess.
Please stop playing with things. You're going to freaking break it.
Marcus saw a shiny. He started stacking them on top of each other. He saw a couple shiny rocks.
Orem, I know where you sleep. It is really easy to get to where you sleep. And I have a chat full of people that have been wanting me to go tickle you. Fair warning.
I do ask that
Hope
everybody maintain concentration and focus on the game at hand. I would prefer that we have no more further interruptions.
It's just hard to focus when I am constantly hearing clicks and seeing things moving all over the place.
Oh, that's fine. But this goes out to everybody. Please try to stay concentrated at the game. I know it's going to be a bit slow.
Okay.
So, as previously stated, each of you can faintly hear something in the distance.
Zerth would slowly look over to it and peer into the distance.
The distance, whatever is going on over there, is obscured by the line of trees. All that you know is that it's happening somewhere further down the path that is in front of you. If you could even call it a path, overgrown with grass and weeds as it is. It almost sounds like the sound of fighting.
Am I the only one who hears that?
I hear it too. I don't know if we should go closer. If it sounds dangerous.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm worried somebody might be getting hurt. I would rather not leave someone to get hurt.
Well, we could definitely go help and, well, maybe figure out where we are. So, yeah.
Maybe it's a
Jet
family
goes.
sport.
Jet goes to stand up on 2 legs again. Takes about 1 step before stumbling and falling. And then looks down at himself finally. What am I?
You seem to be some sort of canid covered in stones.
A rock pup. A rock dog.
Oh,
I mean,
how? What? Who?
That's what we've been wondering this entire time!
What do you mean? You're not. Wait, are you all not normal too?
Jolene is going to look down at her and look like her eyes are going to go down when she'll see that she doesn't really have much of a body. And she's going to be like, "Oh my stars. Oh my stars, oh my stars. I did not realize before, but I definitely am not like what I don't think I'm like I normally am."
My arms are tiny. My arms are tiny!
okay. Azura says, realizing that he's not the only one who's internally freaking out. I am not the only one who feels weird.
I feel weird as well, but I'm not freaking out because at least I'm alive. So that's a good point.
There's wisdom in that. Plus, we don't need to shout like crazy. We're gonna... I don't think shouting like crazy would be great. Also, he takes a step forward and then the clings of his scales. He looks to the side. Takes another step, like... Who's making the sound? Who's making the clinging?
You are?
Yeah, sorry to tell you this, darling, but you're the one clinging around like a
Like a rattle.
Yeah.
Like one of them Christmas bells. You want us to be quiet? Why don't you be quiet?
Okay.
I don't think they have that ability.
We might as well go check out that...
Maybe they can help us.
Maybe it's a
You can
friendly
all-
spar.
You can all notice that the sound has stopped.
Okay, maybe it's safe now.
Well, shall we get going, guys? And he starts walking, tripping a little bit.
Honey, if you want to try and quiet us down, you could try putting some leaves between them.
What?
You could try putting some leaves between your scales to quiet them down. The leaves will add a little bit of cushion and make them clink less.
Good idea. Maybe later. I want to figure out where I am first before I worry about luxuries.
Yeah. And
And-
I wanna see what that firing sound was. Somebody might be hurt.
Obviously, you can't go alone, little, Jolene.
I can go and help. Maybe I can scare him off. I look. Oh my god, I'm adorable.
Well, Azura says as he starts walking, we going? You guys coming?
Yes, I'm following, and Argus trips and falls.
Does he roll?
No, he does not roll. But he
Aw.
does a flop.
To be
Okay.
fair, I don't think we could really stop that one if they wanted to go off on their own. I don't think any of the rest of us can fly.
I'm
Jolene
still
is-
what? I'm wondering how they're not going down a drain.
Do they float, Rygon? Does Jolene
They-
float?
They do float.
Okay. That's good. It's like, well, that one floats. I walk on 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and he goes to Argus and tries to help him up.
I will
CMV,
accept the help.
and he takes his front paws under his chin. He's like, all right, I'm up, 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 up.
My tiny arms are like flailing about as I try to right myself.
You weigh 57 pounds. Damn.
Sandra walks over and also tries to help, give a helping hand to riding the tyrantrum.
That big am I?
Taller than me. That's for sure. You're quite tall. Mm.
I'm a big tiny. I'm the
You
biggest tiny.
are about a half foot taller than Jet, and as well
I
as
tower
Azur.
over. I tower over all the small people, the little people.
Jet and Azurith are 2 foot even, and you are 2'7". The other two are much smaller,
Yeah,
a foot
you
and less than a
tower.
foot, but
Yes. Jolene is 8 inches tall.
And we're all going to follow the 8-inch tall. Maybe
No.
Jolene should go behind while someone bigger goes up front.
Fine, I will go up front and lead.
Okay, I'll go behind you.
Fine. Be intimidating in the back.
I will be intimidating in the back.
Wonderful. Azurus leads the way.
Jolene is going to follow close behind.
I'll shout timber if I fall again. I don't want to crush you.
I think if you're falling, it would be too late.
I thought
As
big
he-
things fell in slow motion.
Sandra would walk right next to the dragon.
Which one? There are two of us.
The shorter of the two.
Alright, cool. The jangmo-o. Got it. As Azurus goes and walks with the clink, 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 clink. Or Road to Verdian City, which is... I don't know how it goes. Pokemon songs. You know how
All
it
right.
goes.
Is everyone going down the path?
It seems like it.
Yeah.
All right. The path itself seems to almost get swallowed up by the forest. The previously slightly overgrown grass and weeds soon becoming, thick bushes that you're having to kind of press yourself forward through. Your only alternative having to go through even heavier bushes. However, you all do notice that there are little bit of berries on each and every single one of them as you push yourself through. It's annoying, but they do smell nice.
Could I try gathering some berries?
You can. The majority of the berries seem to be more or less not that great. However, there is 1, 2, 3. Well, amusingly enough, there seems to be exactly one berry for each of you that is in a good condition. You wish to share?
Yes, I would. Yes, Yes, but I wait till we get to a clearing to do so.
Okay. Does anyone else wish to do anything in this area?
If there is a tasty berry, not smell, a really good smelling berry, Azurth would probably take a sniff at it, then eat it.
It's a pleasant flavor, not the best, slightly sour, but it goes down well, and you can feel your body taking a little bit of a refreshment. Like, you previously had felt that you had just woken up from a long nap, and that felt great, but these berries gave you a different sort of boost. It was almost like you had just taken your first sip of something nice and cold after a hard day's work.
That was good. Alright guys, I'm really ready to go now.
Hey, why are you... You really shouldn't eat things that you don't know what they are. That could be poisonous.
Can I try to bite a branch off of one of the bushes?
Sure. It struggles against you, but eventually you're able to wrangle it loose.
I have a weapon!
Do you have it in your mouth?
Do you see these
Um,
arms?
Oram, yeah, he's got a point. You can't really talk normal if you've got a branch in your mouth.
Arr,
I'm sorry.
arr,
Oram, come out here real quick. I'll give you a tip. Come out here real quick.
arr.
I probably should have asked for maybe if I could roll to see if they were good, but
You said you wanted to eat it, so eat you did.
it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine right now.
You say everything's fine, but poison can take a bit to kick in. Are you sure you're feeling fine? No hot flashes or maybe fever or weakness? Perhaps stiffness?
Question: did the berry taste odd to you, or did it just taste sweet and like a berry?
Oh, it tasted really good. It was like it was refreshing. I'm really pumped and ready to go now.
Some poisonous things can taste really good.
If I remember right, usually with berries they don't taste they usually have an off taste if they're super toxic.
I'm pretty sure I'll be fine.
Arr, arr, arr.
You have something in your mouth. You want to put it in one of your tiny hands?
Argus is going to drop the stick and try to catch it in his hands. And probably fail.
All right, give me a d6 roll.
Oh no.
Okay, that's your Yeah, no, you drop that stick.
I would just say
Aw.
dexterity, but
You drop it so bad that it rolls under a bush and you can't find it again.
I need to get another
Can I
one.
roll to find Argus's stick?
No, it's that gone.
As I was trying to say, the berries don't look poisonous to me. They look fresh. I know a thing or two about berries.
and I would say the same here. Now let's go. Let's go find those people or folks.
I need another stick.
You managed to find yourself another stick, but it's just It's not quite as good as the old one.
uh,
The pathway in front of you seems to be a little bit clearer now that you all have taken a moment to kind of adjust yourself to your surroundings. And it seems like there's even a clearing just a little bit ahead.
Azurus will not push, lead the group to the clearing, assuming none get lost in the bush.
Argus is following after, stick and maul ready.
Jolene just kind of flies through a branch. Or rather, I guess the branch just kind of slides through the form.
Yeah. Say that would probably be very traumatizing for poor Jolene.
I'm not suggesting, trying to control your character. It's just a funny thought that came to my head that Milkry can
So-
actually do.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that every branch after Jolene is really tasty.
Probably.
Yeah. Pushing through branches would be not very fun for Jolene because it would traumatize her when she just slides right past them and they go
So
right through her.
what we should do is we should do that thing where you push the branch and it smacks back and it'll go right through Jolene. Flat Jolene all over the place.
Oh, that would be kind of hilarious. But I feel like it would still hurt.
So is that how we get whipped cream?
We whip you with a stick, yes.
No, we take Augustus' stick and we start whipping the cream.
I kind of want to stick my stick into Jolene so I can have the tasty end in my mouth.
Oh God.
What makes you think it's tasty?
Because they smell sweet.
All right. Jolene, would you like to work against that action?
Say, I don't know if Jolene would notice because Jolene would just be so focused on going to find that person or people who were battling that just getting stuck with a stick, just wave an arm, she'd just be like, not
All
now.
right. You got yourself one slightly tasty stick.
I have the tasty part in my mouth as the hilt now.
Still
The
not
stick
quite
is
as
much
tasty.
easier to hold.
Still not quite as tasty as your first stick, though.
Oh, what are you, a
Not the
fennekin?
first stick.
We all
So
doing good
in my
back there?
notes, it is now a slightly tasty new stick. Not as good as the old one.
Not as good as the old one.
Sad.
All right, how many of you are progressing forward?
I think
I
all.
walk.
I think
walk-
Azurus will take a look back as he's leading the way, just to make sure he sees all five.
Okay.
Or maybe see Argus with, doing the thing to Jolene, and just looks forward and be like, I'm not gonna question that.
You all come across a battlefield. The clearing is large, and you can see at the very edge a river flowing. It's a mighty river, and it flows swift and deep. A few small boats tied at the end of it, or rather at the edge of it. On the battlefield itself, you can see strewn about the forms of many, many Pokemon. You can recognize some of them as like these blue froggish creatures with almost what appears to be their tongues almost like wrapped around their own necks. For others, you can see that they are almost canid in appearance, but instead of being on all fours, they're standing, well, they could have been bipedal, with spikes extending out of their paws and their chests. And perhaps even most curiously, they all seem to be wearing some kind of armor. scattered about the battlefield is not only various different broken weapons, but items of all sorts. And perhaps most curiously, in the middle, that catches everyone's eyes, is a single clutched box. The smell is beginning to be overpowering.
Azurth, who's in the lead, assumingly, yes, would see this first, stop at the very edge, which would cause everyone else to be stuck.
Sandra walks a little past him and gets and make sure to get clear. So if the Tyrantrum trips over you, she's not underneath.
Argus is kind of a little distracted by a slightly tasty stick, trying to place the flavor, and he just barrels through everyone as he walks forward through into the clearing.
Ow! 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 That was... Ow. There was no timber. Also,
Oh,
what happened here is everyone's question.
As
Awesome.
she sees the scene, and Jolene will say, "Oh my dear, well this is a lot worse than I was expecting. This is not good at all."
Also, it reeks. Ow! Oh, that stinks.
Could Sandra check for heartbeats on the people on the ground?
Yeah, you can check for heartbeats. You check them. How many would you say you check?
I checked the ones that don't look to be badly. They don't look to have any major fatal injuries.
Fortunately, there doesn't seem to be any like that. You give 1, 2, 3 or so bodies a check. Nothing. Not a single heartbeat. Not a single whiff of breath. You can see out of some of them to be what appears to be a slightly wet, almost like they were struck with a powerful force of water. So that seems impossible. The river is all the way over there.
Okay, something really, really bad happened. Really bad. We should,
What's that box?
I don't think my stick is gonna help.
Azurth will get up and walk towards the box, seeing as the battlefield is quiet, and examine it.
we should probably, take a look around and make sure there's not somebody coming back. As
All
Jet is looking around the area, or more specifically beyond the area, trying to look for
All right.
signs of somebody possibly coming back.
At this point, I am going to have each of you tell me what you are individually doing. And that's how we are going to break up our actions. Blue, what is your character doing?
Azurth is walking up to that box and examining it, even though the
Okay.
stink of the battlefield irks him.
As you approach the box, you can see that it is gripped very tightly by one of the Canid warriors. They appear almost slumped over it, as if they were trying to protect it with their last bit of energy. Zim, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, Jet is glancing around. Considering how short that was, I guess that would probably be all that he does for right this second.
Okay. Please roll me an insight survival alert.
Had to be insight. Couldn't it be Dex?
If only.
Oh.
You check around, but all you can hear is the whisper of the wind. And amusingly enough, you can smell an incoming storm. Aram, what are you doing? What is your character doing?
Fergus doesn't feel safe with just his sticks, so he's searching around this battlefield for new weapons, things to protect himself.
Okay. Please also roll me an insight survival alert.
Oh, whoops. How do I get... Oops. I rolled 5 of them. I was supposed to roll 4.
Go ahead and just roll 4 again.
Okay. There we go.
There
Ooh.
isn't much that you find around the battlefield, except for what seems to be a few little scattered, almost like gold coins. They seem to attract your eye.
I do have an eye for shiny things.
Do you wish to pick them up?
I wish to pick them up in my tiny paws.
It takes you a little bit of time to pick them up with your tiny paws, but after all is said and done, you are able to collect about what seems to be about 5 coins. Zoro, what is your character doing? What is Sandra doing?
Seeing that there's not really anyone that she can help, she heads back over to where it's where the mixed Millstree is, and and hands the Millstree one of the berries she gathered. And also joking makes a comment. I don't even know if you have a stomach. You appear to just be a blob.
Go ahead and respond if you wish to, Jolene.
Yeah, I was just trying to imagine how she would word this. Probably something like this. Well, darling, I'm sure I can still eat, even if I am just a blob.
Yeah, I'm just saying that saying you're sick to your stomach it just doesn't make sense to me. I know what you mean by that, but I don't even think you have one to be sick to.
Jolene, what are you doing?
Jolene is going to first probably accept the berry when it's given, and then try and look around to see if there's anything living in the in the area outside of the battlefield that might be
Okay.
watching us.
Go ahead and roll me an insight survival alert, please.
Okay, insight, survival. That's 3. 1, 2, 3.
You don't find anything. As you are skirting along the edges of the battlefield, all you can see is just the clearing, and then immediately it's almost like the forest is encroaching upon the patch of grass that you all find yourselves in. There's nothing else in the trees, although you do get a sense of a feeling of danger if you stay there for too long.
Yeah, she definitely won't stay there too long. Also, I had a question.
Yes.
Since I have the aroma veil ability, would I be able to smell the bad smells, or would I be just smelling my own sweet smell?
Good point. You can still smell some of the horrible stench coming through, but it's almost like you're trying to sniff it through a satin curtain. And anybody who's near you, it it's almost like it automatically helps to just keep them from being overwhelmed. Even you yourself.
Okay. Good. So, quick check around and then try and group back up.
Blue, what are you going to do with that box?
He's gonna, as he peers at it, he's gonna, seeing that the person holding it is obviously dead, right? They look completely bloodied and dead.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna pry the box out of their dead grasp with his talons, claws, however you want to call them. I'll call them claws. And he's gonna examine it more thoroughly, hands-on, and see if he can find a way to open it.
The box itself does not appear to have any sort of immediately openable latch or seam, but you do see decorated on what you presume to be the front of it to be a very ornate carving. It's the kind of carving that depicts a great serpentine creature coiling about the entirety of the box. It's rearing over 3 of the Canid warriors as they are all 3 plunging a spear into its chest. And you can see just below it words. And it's strange. You know that these words aren't something you should be able to read, yet at the same time you find that you can. And they just simply say, answer the weakness.
Answer the weakness? Hmm.
You can also see, and this is probably even important, you can even see along the top of the box various different symbols. One of which could be like a what looks to be like a drop of water, another one that looks like it's a raging fire, another that looks like it is a small growing tree, and so on and so forth.
Oh, okay. Player knowledge, it would be the element. Okay. I understand what you're trying to get at. And there's 18?
That is correct.
I see. After examining a bit, Azurth will say, yeah, I found something really interesting, and he would try to bring it back to the rest of the group. How sturdy is the box?
It's fairly sturdy, but it's small.
He grasps it with between his maws, his hard maw, and walks over to the rest of the group, if I'm allowed to do that.
You are. It's actually surprisingly light.
Huh.
How does everyone react to the box?
Well, I definitely think we should look into that, but maybe somewhere else.
I'll
A
poke it
bit
with a
more
stick.
safe.
Agreed.
And actually, maybe we should take, like, it doesn't seem to have really helped them much, but maybe it'll be better than nothing. Take some of this armor? I don't know if any of us could really wear it very easily, but we could maybe make adjustments or something. I don't know. It's just my personal little thought on this.
And I think I could just take up one of the breast pieces and lay it over my back, and that would work just fine.
So you're going to try and take some of the armor?
I
I can bite through the straps.
No, we don't want to ruin what's there. Let's try and just take it off as complete as we can, and one for each. Well, I don't know about the blob there, but at least one for the rest of us, and let's get out of here before something comes back.
Everybody, roll me insight survival alert right now, please.
Ooh, nice roll, Jet.
Jet, you can smell something. Something that's going through the stench. And you can hear something. Something more than just the whisper of the wind. You look around, and your eyes immediately spot two small blue frogs at the edge of the clearing, right where the forest meets. And they appear to be whispering to each other before one suddenly dashes off into the trees.
We've got company. Hi there. I'm Jet. Who are you?
The frog does not answer. Knowing that they have been spotted, they simply stay at the edge of the clearing, as if they're waiting for something.
I think we should probably get going.
Darling, I have to agree with you there.
Argus is going to grab a slightly tasty stick and ready himself as he backs away.
Sad's gonna look over at what's Blue's name?
Azurith.
He's gonna go with Zurith. You found that in the middle of the battlefield, right?
Uh-huh. He nods.
Maybe you should hand it to them because it looks like they're related to one of the two groups fighting here.
It takes a moment for Azurith to respond. Looks back at dead bodies. And then shakes his head no.
You can all hear more rustling in the leaves now. There's the sound of many, many shapes moving through.
Would you rather join the corpses around here, or would you just prefer to just give it I am up?
He gently puts down the box and puts it between his two paws and says, seeing as they were trying to get this box, yeah, I think we should probably get moving now, like Jet says. And puts the box back to his mouth and starts running towards the boat.
Okay. Zim, what are you... Oh, I'll just go down one by one.
Okay.
Jet, what are you doing?
How big are the bodies with the armor?
Bigger than you.
Ah. Okay, probably can't drag it, so he's just gonna follow and run to the boat as well.
Okay.
He wants some
August,
protection,
what are-
but yeah.
Argus, what are you doing?
Argus is running after with his stick wielded in his maw.
Okay. Sandra, what are you doing? Sagan?
She she would wait a sec, but not really knowing everything, she just decides to follow the rest of the group she woke up with.
Okay.
Even if she's not sprinting like the rest of them to the boat.
Jolene, what are you doing?
Jolene is booking it towards the same place everybody else is going.
All right.
Do you need a boat?
It's a matter of staying with the group.
I'm just imagining, can't you just fly over the river?
Maybe I float, but I don't know if I can float over water. Maybe I fall in the water.
Water
Maybe.
has gravity for you.
Yeah,
Let's see.
maybe I can only float over solid ground.
Maybe.
Ah, there it is. For some reason, it decided it wanted to float.
Like Jolene.
Just give me just a quick second here.
Uh-huh.
Stormy water.
I see.
It's
Oh
a
my
stormy
god, he grabbed
sea.
a boat.
Where'd you get a boat from?
Oh no,
Oh.
I wouldn't.
We lost the boat in the mystery dungeon.
Is there anything in the middle that's causing this to... Oh, no, there it went.
There goes the boat again.
All right, this will
Uh.
have to do. If I can grab the boat.
Oh, one moment.
There it is.
Thank you, Orgo, for the raid. Orgo can't knife fast enough? Oh dear. What do you mean, can't knife fast enough? Also, welcome all in, everyone. Hi. We're in the middle of setting up for something crazy in a Pokemon Mystery tabletop game. My opinion, DM, just put it on the side part behind either me or Lyndon and Zorak. Personal preference.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
It will have to do for now until we extend the table. But welcome on in.
Yeah.
Can't
As you
How
knife
many
all
boats?
go ahead and finish up your raid.
Yeah, welcome all in. Things are about to go down. DM, take it away.
As you all are racing towards the boat, you can count that there are exactly 3 tied up to the shore. They appear to be bobbing there, and you can see at the head of them small little figureheads of the creatures in the armor that you had seen before. Presumably, it might have been theirs. Anybody who chooses to cast a glance behind them can see blue shapes starting to dash out of the trees. Almost as fast, if not faster, than all of you. Not even a moment of hesitation. And there are many of them. What do you all do?
Azurus jumps in the first boat he sees, puts it down, and says, "Get this thing moving now."
You can see that it is tied up with a bit of rope to a single stone. Go ahead, Zim.
Jet's going to try and bite the rope. And
Okay.
then kind of look around at the everybody else and then grab one of the oars and with his mouth and do his best to row.
Sandra would have started sprinting by now and would tackle the rock while she's also trying to jump in the boat to knock it over into the water. And
The rock is embedded pretty deep into the ground, but through both of your combined efforts, you are able to eventually snap the rope, and the boat begins to slowly start drifting out into the river. Argus, I believe you jump into the boat?
I said everyone run faster, and yes, I am jumping onto the boat as fast as I can. I will leap. I will do a swan dive onto the boat.
Oof, that's gonna be a splash.
Jolene, what
What
are
about
you
Jolene?
doing?
Jolene is floating on over as fast as she can to that boat so she can keep up with everybody.
Okay. The boat drifts out right into the middle. You can see that there are 2 oars within the boat, one of them grabbed by Jet and another one unoccupied. The creatures are now about halfway through the clearing, and they do not look friendly at all. The river, as fast as it's moving, now begins to catch the boat, and the boat begins to pick up speed down the river.
Azurus puts down his box, says, keep that box safe, and grabs the other oar.
Argus will sit on the box.
You still have just a moment of precise control. I would like you all to vote on one of 3 positions to put the boat in: the left, middle, or right side of the river.
I would say
middle.
the side that's furthest from the shore that they are at.
I agree.
I
Furthest
will
from the frogs.
Yes, as I don't
Furthest
think
from
we
the
can
brokey.
green ninjas. I don't think we can tell which one has
Nope,
the
these are
faster
smaller.
current.
Okay. Now for the fun.
Oh, Lord.
Oh. The boat begins to pick up speed, racing down the river. Within the water, you can see that there are small little obstacles that occasionally surface before being drowned again by the raging rapids. Occasionally, though, one manages to stay up just long enough that it could potentially threaten your boat. Allow me to go ahead and get some more assets here. Let's see. Let's try this one. This will be a representation of your obstacles. As you all are racing forward, a sudden sharp rock protruding from the ground races past you. The frogs are now at the edge of the river, some of them even diving into the water to begin to chase after you, while others are racing along the shoreline. They are still a ways behind, though, and it may take them just a bit to catch up. However, you can see that even with the speed that your boat is racing along, they're catching up. What do you all do?
Is there anything
really-
on the boat?
There is. You can find on the boat a small collection of 3 orbs. Each one has what appears to be a raging lightning sandstorm within it. They feel warm and electric to the touch.
What are these? What are these? I don't know what these are.
They look like something I remember, though I wouldn't be able to place where I remember them from.
I don't know,
darling.
but Jet is going to get ready to throw it at the nearest one when it gets close.
Okay. It's still a ways away, but you presume that in 1 minute, about 1 turn, they will be within range. Now I roll again.
If you're
Does anybody
gonna,
else wish to do anything?
I look to see if there's any sort of container I I could use to help carry the mystery around in when we're running around places.
There is unfortunately nothing else in the boat, just some small rags, and that's about it.
I feel like right now the Milcery is just plopped down on one of the seats.
Oh, I thought you were against the back wall because we're moving so fast. And it's just like pulling you with it.
Maybe. Okay, because I was gonna say I could probably just plop myself down. But what was I gonna say? Well, I can't remember now.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say it before Sandra was talking, but then I was a little too late.
And I drop my stick for an ore. Since Jet's holding an orb now.
Okay.
hey, Argus, if the worst thing comes, hold that box in your mouth. You have a large enough mouth for that.
Oh!
Cool.
Oh. What did I just roll?
I rolled.
Oh.
DM's rolling. Yeah. So it seems like Azurath and Argus are manning the oars, trying to make sure they steer the boat without running to rocks.
Again, as you all are going through, you can see a stump pass you by. Seems like this river was not always in the position it was. The Greninja are now within range. And as you all are racing forwards, perhaps using the oars to gain speed or trying to avoid small rocks in the way, you can hear almost something that's like a splash. And suddenly there are thunks against the back of the boat. What do you all do?
Azurath is holding an oar. He's too busy to look back on
Yeah.
that.
Okay. What
Jen
are you
is
doing with the
already.
oar?
Oh.
What are you doing with the oar?
Um, he's mainly trying to steer them out of obstacles, but when possible, he will try to coordinate with Argus to row together.
Okay. Then I will need you to pick one or the other. Are you trying to avoid or are you trying to row?
Avoid.
Okay. Please roll for me a dexterity. A dexterity fight evasion.
Alright. Dice in my favor. Dice are in my favor.
Very nice. As you are avoiding all of the smaller rocks, you begin to get a bit of a feel for the river, how things are popping in and out of the water. And you feel pretty confident that whatever should come up next, you can handle it.
If we can just avoid everything that comes in through the river, we should make it through.
Okay. What are you doing, Jet?
So they launched something at the back of our boat.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that they would be close enough now?
That is correct. You feel like they are within range of your ability to throw, toss, or however you decide to do anything to them.
he is going to try and throw the orb at one of them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an accuracy.
Of what?
So I believe that is dexterity. Trying to figure out what accuracy might be for this one. Let's go with dexterity, fight, channel.
I mean, I don't have any of those specialties anyway, so dexterity and fight are all I'm going to be able to use, which isn't much. Hey!
Nice. Very nice. Almost close to your 3 6s.
Go ahead and describe how you try to throw this orb.
Jet is kind of doing a little bit of a spin around. He's holding it in his mouth, and he's got this vague idea of like Olympics and the discs being thrown, and then just letting it launch out of his mouth at them.
The orb flies straight and true, tracking against the head of one of them, and almost immediately, with an enormous burst of thunder, that entire section of the river is just consumed by a swirling whirlpool of sand and lightning. You can clearly see that the frog-like beings within have been captured by the sand, and they're slowly being dragged towards the middle, unable to do anything about it. The other frog-like beings get out of the water. They swim towards the shore, and they begin to run along the shoreline. Some of them are still trying to catch up, but it seems like this orb throw managed to slow them down just enough for you all to build up enough speed to get ahead for at least a little bit longer.
Jet's gonna kind of look at the effect of it in shock for a moment before like being like, haha, yeah, see, I got more where that came from. Don't mess with us.
Keep it up, Jet. Maybe with. At this rate, we'll jet through this river.
I'm going to bap him with my oar.
Ow! That actually didn't hurt.
Jet's gonna throw
Focus on
one
the
of the
river,
other
please.
orbs at Azareth.
Are you going?
No.
Are you sure about that?
No.
In a parallel universe where doing things comically doesn't have any negative effects.
All right. Argus, what are you doing?
Well, after bapping him with the oar, I am trying to speed us up and get us away fast.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength fight brawl. You push
Hey.
and push against the water, but as you are trying to fight against it, it's almost like the river is fighting you back at every turn, and you can feel yourself steadily getting tired. No speed seems to be made. Sandra?
I just sit down and so the three extra berries I have for everyone else, out where everyone can see them.
They begin to roll along the bottom of the boat, here and there. They're not particularly in the way. They're just kind of there, just rolling along within reach of whomever would require them.
That sounds very distracting.
Jolene, what are you up to?
Jolene is going to take a look at the box if it is not being sat on anymore.
All right. As Jolene looks at the box, they see essentially the same thing that God, I need to look at your character's name real quick.
Azurith.
that Azareth saw. The same 18 buttons, the innate, or not innate, but the ornate carving of the serpent wrapped around the box, being stabbed by the 3 spears held by the canned warriors. And they too can somehow read the text that's right below.
Okay. Jolene is going to say, I don't know exactly for sure, but I have a small feeling I might know the answer. And if you darlings don't mind, I would maybe like to try and push the button I think is the right one.
Sure, go ahead. I didn't think those were buttons. I was told they were symbols, not buttons. But that's besides the fact.
Hey, Jolene is going to take just a second of hesitation and press the corresponding button for Furry.
It clicks and stays down.
Well, my guess might have been wrong, or it might have been right. I'm not sure what was supposed to happen, but maybe there's more than one answer.
Is that all you would like to do?
Yeah, because that was the only guess that she had
Okay.
right this moment.
And let us roll for the next. Oh dear, oh dear.
Everyone take cover!
I'm looking for an appropriate object. Here we go. As you all are fighting, rowing, working with the box, you can suddenly see coming right out of the river, almost like a single dead grasping finger, a tree heading right for your boat.
Best stick.
What do you
As-
all do?
Jet has another one of the orbs, and he is still watching out the back of the boat for, the ones chasing us to get closer. So he's probably not even aware of the tree.
Okay.
Azurith will say, Argus, or in the water. It will steer us to the left of it. But not too much.
I shoved the oar into the water, still clenched in my mouth, of course.
Are both of you trying to steer the boat?
No. Azurith is not putting the oar in the water. As
Okay.
far as I know, that would be unhelpful.
I am going to assume that is both of you trying to help. Even if you yourself are not directly trying to move the boat, you're still being helpful in the situation by not interfering. So I would like both of you to roll me a strength fight brawl.
Okay.
Oh wow, I got some successes.
Oh, you just made it.
Oh. Damn.
Both of you, if through your combined efforts, managed to shift the boat towards the middle, and the tree races past your boat, barely skimming along the outside, taking off a few splinters. The frog-like creatures appear to be even closer, and you expect that they will be within range once more soon. Does anybody else wish to do anything?
No, thank you.
Might have another guess for the box. So
Okay.
I think my guess could be wrong entirely, but I want to press the button for dragon.
Okay. You press along the button that appears to be like the same kind of head as the serpent down below on the carved onto the box, and it clicks and stays down.
I might be right in my guess in what is supposed to be there, but I'm not going to press all the buttons that I think I need to press at once.
Okay.
Quick question. How's the weather like right now?
The weather is, you can see that there are clouds in the sky, and you can feel just the faintest drops of rain. But against the raging of the river, they're barely noticeable. Okay. Sandra, were you going to do anything?
Probably your time to say that, Sandra.
Okay. Ah, a 1. Okay.
That's common for me.
Oh, no worries. Let's see, what would be nice and appropriate? Let's choose this.
Oh my god! Ah! Oh, we're going under it. That's cool.
Nice and appropriate.
As you all are racing along the water, suddenly the sides of the river shift from a nice natural landscape of trees and bushes into what appear to be ruined structures of some kind. Holes being gouged out of their sides, overgrown with plant life, some of them even having waterfalls spilling down from their rooftops. One even seems to almost rise out of the water like a titan before racing past just barely.
I mean, that clearly
Nearly,
went through our boat.
yeah, nearly taking your boat out. You can see that there are more up ahead. The frog-like individuals are now close enough, and you can see that they are leaping from rooftop to rooftop. One of them appears to ready what almost appears to be like a spear, except the spear is translucent, it seems like. And you can clearly see small drips coming from it. What do you all do?
Azurus cannot see this because he's looking forward.
Jet's just letting out a cry of alarm as the... Like I said, he was looking at the back of the boat, and suddenly there's a building right next to him. Where the heck are we? What's going on?
The rivers. The river seems to have unusual things in it that wasn't a tree or a rock. That was the rock side. Unusual, too.
Let's see. I think Jolene is going to press the other two buttons I think I need to press, hoping that my original guess is correct. And going to press the button for ice and rock.
Which one do you press first?
Ice.
Before you can click rock, as you press against the ice, it sinks down with a click, and then the box opens. It's almost like a seam suddenly appeared along the middle of the box. There's no hiss of steam, there's no grand opening. It just simply swings open. And you can see right in the middle, on a cushion, a single, what appears to be sleeping, this purplish pink blob. And it just looks up at you and it just simply says, well, blearily looks up at you, almost kind of like annoyed that it got woken up. Goomy.
Adorable. And I don't say that in character.
But the
Jolene.
blob's on the blob.
Yep. Jolene is going to say, "Oh my stars, there was something alive in here."
Ah. What?
It's your ground form.
All right, what are you all doing now?
I guess it's going to try to steer us in between the buildings. You know, the zigzag maneuver to dodge things and confuse frogs.
Okay.
Do you tell this to Azurith, who is helping you with the steering? Can I understand that in some way? Can I roll to understand that?
Or
Somehow
I told you that when you're doing that, speak normally because you would still be trying to speak.
It did.
He's got
I
an
don't
oar in
think
his
you
mouth.
can.
Anyway,
Okay.
you can tell through their gestures of like frantically, just buildings
I do have-
incoming, etc. You can kind of get an idea of what they are trying to say.
Okay, I got it. I'll work with you.
All right.
And Azurith will work with Argus to steer through the buildings.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity fight evasion.
Dice, 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 dice.
Yeah, no, you don't succeed.
Fuck.
Oh no.
You try to push and try to slip in between the buildings, and then suddenly with almost like with a great sucking sound, you rush right through the doorway of one of those buildings. You can clearly see that the inside of this place has been rotted and gutted away. And over onto the other side, you can see another set of these wide double doors where the water has been rushing in.
Rushing in, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So, there is no water going out?
Oh, then excuse me, where the water is rushing out. Sorry. I forgot which direction the river was flowing for a half second.
I
It was
see.
flowing into the building. The building is the drain.
Yeah, it's flowing into the building, and you can see all the way over onto the other side of the inside of the building, another set of the same opening, double doors essentially, where the water is rushing out.
And is there anything blocking our path? Like a set of doors closed? Or...
There is not, other than the fact that it is a rather small opening and you will have to try to get through it.
Or
Sandra will look at Jet and go, "Hey, throw one of those spears at where we just came into you."
Like the entrance?
Yes.
How long did the previous one last?
The previous sandstorm, it's hard to say, or rather sand whirlpool. Hard to say as it vanished from your sight due to the speed of the river.
We only have a few of these. I don't know if I want to waste it on that. Like, they're coming after us still, so I want to save these and...
Yes, but they're gonna try and follow us in here to that. And if we temporarily block them, we might be able to get away.
It also could not last very long, and they might not even reach it before it goes away.
Last I saw, they were close enough to throw a spear at us.
Well, darling, I have to say, I don't think they're going to be coming in here. I think they're going to be waiting for us on the other side, if anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to these. I'd rather be safe than have them available than waste them.
With a crash behind you, you can suddenly hear the tinkling of glass as one of the frog-like individuals is bursting through a window high above, spear in hand. They are covered in glass shards, ready to throw it. What do you all do? The entrance is getting closer and closer. You will only have but a few seconds to try and get through.
Yeah, we're gonna try to steer through now. I should have spoken up
Yep.
right away about that. I'm sorry, I should have spoken up. I was letting them do their thing.
Argus is fully focusing on steering.
Yes, same with Azurith. Am I allowed to spend a will for this? A will point?
Yes, you may.
Wonderful. With all of his might, Azurith will guide the boat with the help of Argus as the two work to get the boat through the door and make sure they don't crash.
Okay. Are you trying to maneuver the boat, or are you trying to wrestle the boat into position?
I want to maneuver. I'm not going to wrestle the boat. I want to go with the current. The
Yeah,
current,
if the water's
it-
flowing out the door, it'll be easier to follow it.
yes.
That is fair. Go ahead and give me a dexterity fight evasion then, please.
I have 3 successes because of my will.
I have
Very
0.
nice. You make it.
That was
The
all
boat-
him.
You manage to orient the boat just right that you know for certain that you are going to be able to pop right out that door. However, there's still the issue behind. What is everyone else doing while this boat is being maneuvered?
Just check something real quick.
Sandra would use helping hand on Jet and say, "Are you sure we shouldn't use one now?"
Trust me, you don't have enough time to say anything.
Okay. I was gonna ask something, but yeah. Okay, we're not gonna worry about it. He's holding it.
I think
Yep,
the one word...
you use helping hand. What do you do, Jet?
Where are they then?
The creature is pretty much right above the boat. So you can kind of take it like, I don't know, like right about here, but about 8 feet up.
I'm gonna hold it. Right now, if I try to throw it up, there's a pretty good chance we'll get caught in it too. Whirlpools tend to travel down.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do?
My
Would you like to
moves.
leer at them?
Why not? What?
What?
I will leer at them
Okay.
menacingly.
Go ahead and roll me a tough contest intimidate.
+2.
Yeah, +2 for helping hand.
Tough contest, intimidate. So that's 2 plus 2. So
4.
Go ahead and tell me how you do this leer.
He is glaring up at them, and just kind of brandishing the orb. Don't make me use this! You won't like its effects! Leave us be!
As you are leering and shouting up at this creature, they seem almost taken aback by the sudden ferocity that you show. And instead of throwing the spear, they thunk against the back of the boat and tumble into the water.
What was that?
You
Before
worry
any of
about
you
your
have a-
job, I'll worry about mine.
Before any of you have a chance to do much else, the boat suddenly bursts out of the entranceway or the exit of the building, and you proceed into a much calmer river. There doesn't seem to be any presence of the frog-like individuals anymore. They're not along the rooftops. They're not chasing in the water. They seem to have almost vanished.
Argus is going to pull the oar back into the boat and then flop, all tired.
Azurus, who is even more tired, will take the oar, put it back in the boat, and just flop. And the scales just jingle, clatter like keys being tossed onto the counter. Ah, that took a lot more effort. Oh, we made it.
Let me know when the ride's over.
You did good, Argus.
You too, Azurus.
Question: would the two trans heads be on the floor?
With the two what?
Yes, our heads would be on the floor.
We are tired dragons. Let us rest.
Remember, I set some berries down on the floor.
Oh, you set some berries down on the floor. Oh, they would probably be rolling right to us then.
I just opened my maw and let one roll into my mouth.
Same. Just...
Ah.
You both feel a little bit of your energy return to you as the incredibly refreshing berries almost seem to rejuvenate. You're still tired, but it's a less kind of tired.
Yep, definitely not poisonous. If it
Oh,
is,
but-
I don't care anymore.
The good berries. Oh, they're so good. I told you they're good. I know a thing or two.
Where's
Somehow.
my stick?
The stick, which is definitely not as good as the first, is just rolling around nearby.
I'm just gonna slap my tail on it so it stops rolling. My stick.
So, Jolene, what is Oh My Stars about?
Well, darling, there was a little creature in this box.
Really?
He rolls over, gets up, able to walk now, probably due to thanks to the berry. Like, I would like to see.
I'm just gonna sit up and be tall.
Yeah, Jolene's not hiding the box at all. In fact, Jolene's going to pull out, is going to hand the berry towards the little creature in there and say, "Hey, well, maybe it's hungry, being in that box for who knows how long."
It looks like a purple Jolene.
Little
does,
creature kind of gives you all like a little bit of an inquisitive look and just happily says,
Goomy.
I have a feeling the way that thing is giving me that look, that there is more about this thing than initially thought. One, it's been in a box. Two, it was in battle inside that box. Also, how'd you open the box? I didn't find any sort of opening on it.
Can I poke it?
it kind of like jiggles a little bit and just goes, "Goomy."
Oh no.
Adorable.
One blob pokes the other blob, and then they suddenly get sucked into each other and become a bigger blob.
Oh dear, no.
What Gudra always should have been, a fairy dragon type.
You know,
But, in response to
Azurus.
Azurith's question, Jolene will say, "Well, I pressed the buttons that I thought were correct. I don't know how I knew, but something told me those were the right buttons."
Huh. Answers the weakness, and you found the weakness?
The weakness was pushing the buttons in the right combination. That tends to be the weakness of most passwords.
Sandra will be just chuckling in the back in the back of the boat.
And as I said, Jolene is also trying to hand the berry that she was given earlier to this little creature, see if it has any interest in the berry.
Goomy kind of looks a little, just sniffs it a little bit and very tentatively just takes it out of your hand and just goes, and it seems very happy with the treat.
This thing is adorable in a gooey kind of way.
Which
I
was
have
more
to-
adorable?
I do have to agree, it is quite adorable. But I still don't know what it is.
Argus is just gonna keep poking it, watching it jiggle, because it's cute.
You can all tell as raindrops begin to fall down from the sky around you, dripping into the calm river, that the sun had somehow managed to kind of pass you by. What had previously seemed like an afternoon was now turning into an evening. Brilliant colors of purples and reds and the like flashing across. They bounce
should
off
pro-
the storm clouds very lovely. Go ahead.
We should probably try to find some shelter, or at least someplace out of the rain.
Yeah.
We don't want to accidentally go off a waterfall soon, in the dark.
Yeah, and Jet, thanks for your help too. You and whatever you did was very helpful. If Jet is here.
I thought you were talking to somebody else.
No, I was talking to Jet.
I could have sworn I heard you say Sue, and I was like, okay.
No,
I don't know who that is, but okay. Not
Nope,
me.
nope. Azuris was saying that to Jet.
No, he was suing you.
Oh. Good luck. I ain't got nothing.
You have 2 more orbs.
Good point. Jet is going to hold on to those somehow. But yeah, it was mostly this orb thing that I found. It seems to have a lot of make the whirlpool thing happen, and well, that last one was just he was scared, I guess.
So... Okay.
I don't know. I didn't really do that much.
Then Azuris will look around to see where they are in the calm river and maybe find a place to dock the boat.
Okay. Well, as you're looking around, trying to find a place to kind of dock the boat, you can see a twinkling in the distance. Almost, right? Almost like as if the buildings begin to recede downwards to give you this grand view of what appears to be a city coming to life. Off in the distance, just where you can see the river kind of still carrying you forward, you can see many bright lights suddenly sparking into life to twinkle against the darkness of the night. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hard not to be attracted to the sight of them compared to the descending darkness all around it. A lifeboat, if you will, within a sea of nothing. It's a beautiful sight. And somehow
vote
you
we
all
go
feel
there.
that if you wait long enough, this little boat might just take you there.
I vote we go there. Civilization sounds nice. Maybe they can help us with whatever's going on.
Like, stars guiding us.
But if they're frogs, I say we go away. We run.
Oh, yeah, those frogs are... No. Maybe. Wherever this goes, we should go there. Away from where we just were.
Yeah, we really at least should try and get out of sight as quickly as possible, I think. We don't want to be able to be seen easily.
And if we stop, we may get lost and not end up anywhere, but that way, he looks into the distance where the lights were. That way shows promise. As it's almost like we're on a small expedition. You woke up, found something crazy, did something crazy, and now this river is guiding us to there. Like,
I'm still
stars.
waiting on waking up.
I don't know. It's kind of a frantic expedition. Well, at this point, I guess it's more Starlight expedition.
Yeah, I was just about to say that myself. The stars are guiding us in the Starlight expedition.
All right, is that what everyone is going to do? You're going to stay in the boat?
Stay in the boat. Go to the lights.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what you guys were saying reminds me of a song, I swear. So I've heard. Something about life being a dream.
Life is but a dream. And that is where we will end our session for today.
But another half hour.
I want to
But-
take
but-
that half hour to kind of discuss the session with all of you and see if there's any issues or whatnot that you all felt was good. But I feel like that's a good stopping point, because if I were to continue on anymore, then essentially the next stage would start. And I don't want to get too far into that stage and then suddenly, oh, we got to cut off right here at right in the middle of it.
I'm
I
just
do think
poking
it's a good-
fun.
Yeah, what did you all think?
Do we want to do that as part of the recording, or? I'm good with doing it still on stream, but I'm not sure about including it as with the recording.
I'd say let's go ahead and end the recording right here.
All right.
Alright then. I will
So-
step in for mine.
Everyone, go ahead and give your outros if you're going to give one with your character. And yeah, my name is Rygon. I am the storyteller for this game. And I will see you all in the next episode.
Everyone, thank you for joining us for our first episode of the Starlight Expeditions Pokerole Mystery Dungeon Awakening. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the streams around. And of course, don't forget to check out all of the friends that are also content creators alongside us. We've got Blue Draconics 381, Rygon Plays, who is of course the DM, and then there is a link to Lyndon's podcast that they participate in on YouTube. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye, YouTube.
Zoroark720 has sent the Pine Martin on an adventure.
Well, now I guess I gotta let the Martin video play to end out the stream with. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
What a lovely song.